Hey, powerful. It's your generative power coach, Lisa. How are you feeling today? What's your power rating? On a scale of 1 to 10, how powerful are you feeling? Whatever that number is, write it down on a piece of paper because what I want you to do is keep track of how powerful you're feeling each day. I'll do a whole video around this at some point, but for now, just start tracking those numbers and see how it feels for you. So that's my question to you. That's one question for you right now. What's your generative power score today? Also, you'll notice that I introduced myself as your generative power coach, Lisa. Now, I've never thought of myself as a generative power coach. I just made that title up. I kind of like it. I still have these other labels that I use for myself: executive coach, leadership coach, keynote speaker, workshop leader, mother, sister, daughter, all these labels, friend. And now I'm adding a new label. I'm creating a new identity for myself, generative power coach. And I'm saying that out loud to you in this video because I want you to see what it's like to create a new identity for yourself. It's very doable. Think about what you want your identity to be or what it currently is, but maybe you're not thinking about yourself that way yet. What label do you want to attach to yourself in a good way? We tend to say don't label people, but come on. We use labels for people all the time and labels for ourselves. So if you're thinking of yourself in the most positive terms, in the most aspirational terms, what would that label be? How do you want to refer to yourself? And if you're not referring to yourself that way, then you need to start doing it. Because if you're not thinking of yourself that way, then no one else will either. And that's why I'm starting each video by saying, hello, powerful. The subject for today is your vision for yourself. I just came from the gym. And if you were in the same room with me, you'd notice that I'm a little bit sweaty. And maybe I need to take a shower. Yes, I do. I'll be taking a shower in just a little bit. And the reason I'm doing that is to prove a point. The visual, I think, is very important. I could sit here with my hair done up and my makeup on and my jewelry on and a nice outfit like you normally see me. But I want to make the point that I'm working towards a goal, which is a part of my vision. And in order to do that, I go to the gym on a regular basis. And there are certain things that I do at the gym and certain people I work out with at the gym to help me achieve my goals as I work towards my vision. So today, I'm going to ask you to think about your vision for your life. Now, there are lots of different categories we can think about when we think about our vision for our life. And what I want you to do is choose a category that has meaning to you. Choose a category that choose a category that sounds like it would be fun to work on so that there's a goal there that would be cool to work towards achieving. Categories might be health, fitness, nutrition, your social life, creativity, hobbies. And let me think what else. If you want to create a business, if you want to grow your business, so the category would be business, entrepreneurship, your career, if you want to get a promotion, getting better at having challenging conversations, probably fits within a specific category, but maybe not. Maybe it's a whole category because these are things that you want to work on. You know, it's a theme through your entire life. Maybe a category is investing, your financial wellness. Maybe it's your mental game. Maybe you want to become mentally stronger. Those are some categories I'm throwing out to you. Now, you might be thinking of another category, and that's totally cool because this wasn't meant to be a comprehensive list of different areas of your life, and your life's different than mine. So I'm going to think of different areas than you are. And I want you to go for whatever area makes sense to you right now or whatever area you want to work on right now. So now that you've chosen an area, you're thinking of an area, what would your vision be for that area? What do you want to achieve longer term? And you can ask yourself some questions. You can ask yourself things like, will my life be different when I achieve this vision? I will have more of this. I will have less of this. I will feel like this. My power level will be this. Another question. I will feel more powerful when I achieve my vision because. Another question. I'm willing to invest time, money, and energy to achieve my vision because. It's actually not a question, it's a prompt, but you get my point. What are you willing to invest time, money, and energy in? Because you can't achieve your vision if you're not focusing on it, if you're not investing time, money, energy into achieving it. So those are things that I want you to think about when it comes to shaping your vision. Let me give you an example of my vision and why I'm sitting here in my tank top. I'm 60 years old. I recently turned 60. My vision is that I am going to be a sought after keynote speaker when I'm 80 years old. So that's 20 years from now. We have no idea what the speaking world will look like 20 years from now. Will we be in big auditoriums full of people? Will everything be digital? Will we be talking to people through Zoom or just recording videos like I am now? Will it all be small groups in person? Or will it be something that I can't even imagine today? And most likely that's the answer. It's probably going to be something that I can't even imagine today. So, in order to be a productive, influential keynote speaker who's earning a good income 20 years from now, I have to keep myself physically strong and mentally strong because I need to roll with the changes. Whatever technology, whatever trends are introduced into our society, I need to be at the forefront of those. I need to get comfortable with whatever is thrown my way or whatever people are working with or whatever is influencing our society, right? So I need to keep experimenting and I need to keep physically strong and flexible. So to chunk that down even further, my goal to achieve my vision of being a keynote speaker when I'm 80 years old, my goal is to stay physically strong and flexible to the point where I can play competitive pickleball, competitive golf, lift weights, do Pilates, do solid core, do all the activities that I love to do on a daily basis without feeling physical pain. Now, I'm not going to avoid physical pain altogether. It's part of fitness. But I've been experiencing some knee pain lately, and I've been working on overcoming that. So I've had to get really careful about when I work out and when I recover and how I recover. And I used to only have in my calendar my workouts. So they say if you want to get fit, you have to put your workouts in your calendar. I completely agree with that. If you look at my calendar, you'll see blocks all over the place of when I'm working out or when I'm doing something active, and I stick to those blocks. What I didn't have was recovery. So it kind of like the pendulum swung a little bit too far for me, but I was having fun while I was doing it until my knees started bothering me. And I was like, oh, I need to introduce some recovery into my routine, into my week, into my day. And I need to work with some different people on that. So one of the things is that I hired a trainer named Kevin Garcia, and he's in Kensington, Maryland. If anyone's interested, I can give you his contact information. So Kevin knows that I have this knee issue and he knows how to work around it. So my goal is to stay physically strong and to recover to the point where I can feel physically strong again and do these things with great mobility and flexibility. And so as part of that goal, I had to figure out what are all the things that I need to do and also not do. So I've written those out and I've got them in my calendar and I'm working on them actively every single day. And I think about this every single day. So that's me, and that's just one example of a vision and how I set goals so that I can achieve that vision and be working towards that vision. So now, if your vision is you want to start a company, I want you to think about what's one goal that you would achieve if your vision is to start a business. So brainstorm. This is my vision, and these are the goals that I need to achieve in order to get to that vision. And I want you to just brainstorm some goals. Just think of ideas. Throw things out as you're, brainstorming with yourself or brainstorm with someone that you trust. I know that's a lot. I was actually going to do vision and goal in just one video, but I was like, no, Lisa, you need to chunk this down. And I intend for these videos to be 10 minutes or less. So my apologies that this one's a little bit longer, but it's a big thing that I wanted to share with you. It's about setting your vision. So those are my thoughts for today. Hey, if at any point you have a question for me, send me an email, send me a note if you have any questions. And as we go along, if some of this is a little bit murky, it's because these are some big ideas that we're thinking about and talking about here. And if it's a little bit murky, I think it'll become clearer as you work through it. But if not, stay powerful and work on your vision. Lesson learned there. And we can apply that to what we already know